This is David Beam. This is the talk show for all the wrestlers in the Northwest.
And your point?
And this is Morty.
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 M-O-R-T-Y. Morty.
Morty.
You know my last name? You don't even care, do you? It's Lipschitz with a capital L. Morty Lipschitz.
Morty Lipschitz.
That's very good. Now, what's your name?
David Beam.
Can you prove that?
Yes.
You know, I'm an attorney. Can you prove that in court that you're really David Beam?
Yes.
Show me your ID.
I got it in my jacket.
Where's your jacket?
In there.
Well, that doesn't help us any, does it?
But this is my show that I want to have you be my guest and talk about wrestling and what you did in the past, what you're doing now.
You want me?
Yes.
Stump, I'm a little worried about that. Oh, by the Stump, by the way, everybody, Stump. Stump is, what do you do? Obviously, you don't talk very much. That's one thing we notice you don't do. So what was your question again, David? I'm sorry. I get a little forgetful at my age, being 33 now.
But I want to talk to you what you've been doing in your in Spencer for wrestling.
Okay.
And I want to see what you're doing in the past, what you're doing in the future, what you want to do for Oregon, for Spencer, sports, for wrestling.
Boy, you ask a lot of hard questions. You ask hard. How am I supposed to answer all these questions? So how about asking me one question at a time to help me out? First question. Stump, pay attention now. It could be. By the way, I'm thirsty. Can I have a little something? Just hold that for a moment. It was David, right?
Right.
David. I'm just checking. David.
Right.
Thank you, Stump. One moment, folks. I've been out on the road a lot, and I'm very dry. Perfect, thank you. Oh, hang on a second, David. I got a little problem here. Just a moment. I'm doing a TV show with David Beam. Call me later. Oh my God, these people are so stupid. Anyway, go ahead. So first question.
The first question is what have you been doing on traveling?
Oh, traveling. Well, a lot of things, David, on traveling. I work with a group that is based in Los Angeles. They're called Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Hollywood! Very good, Stump. And we do shows down there with them. And I also have traveled to Orlando, Boston, Philadelphia, Jamaica, all the fun places. We do shows all over the world and the country. And being as I am a world famous attorney, people just need me. They need me to represent them, to help them, and do everything that I should be doing to make them successful.
Right.
So the travel's been good. Why are these lights flashing back and forth? They're going to make me dizzy. Stop the light flashing. Good Lord. That's David, right?
Right.
You're still Stump? Okay, just checking. So we travel, we do shows. We, of course, have our shows here in beautiful Salem. My glasses are crooked. Salem, Oregon. We started a brand new television show up in Portland. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I did. I watched it.
Rumor has it you were up how late at night?
3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
What time is the show on?
12.
Okay, I'm not allowed to say where it is probably because that would be a commercial. I understand we can't plug anything here except you and me and, can I have a glass of water, please? But we started that show. It's on every Saturday night at midnight on a local television station. I'm sure you can all find it. Excuse me, folks. I talk a lot, so I need to keep myself freshened. And we got some other big news we're going to be able to announce here soon about some other shows that we'll be doing. But I've been around for, how many years have I been doing this, Stump? You're no help. Been doing this for about 22 plus years. So I started back in the dark ages.
And you used to be a referee.
I refereed back when I didn't know any better, and I thought I could do the law as a referee. It didn't work out. But I refereed for 20 years, trained Stump to referee. Yeah, nod your head. Hang on a second. I'm sorry, this phone. You know, I am a popular attorney. I'm sorry, folks, but this got to. No, if I told you once, I've told you again. Do not call while I'm doing a television show. Show respect for David and Stump later. I'm so sorry. Where was I? I apologize. I forget a lot.
Oh, you was talking about you were traveling and you did a lot and attorney stuff, and you've been going around to different countries and states and doing your show. So.
Right. Okay. So I started back in. I guess I could give you a little history. You want some history?
Yeah.
You're not going to take notes and use this again. It won't be up on Facebook, or you're not going to tweet this, or.
Nope.
or Snapchat me or anything bad?
Between you and me, I'm not going to do that.
What about him? He's still in the room. Stump is still,
He's
isn't he?
fine.
Okay, so I started my career back in 1980-something. Was down in Northern California. There was a group called Bay Area Wrestling, run by Woody Farmer, who has since passed on. Woody was a piano mover, by the way, in real life. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Did you know who Woody Farmer was? Have you heard the name?
No, Never heard.
We were just going to be friends, David.
But I did stuff for Sandy Barr.
Okay, I work for Sandy as well. We'll get to. I'm going in chronological order.
Okay.
That's from first to last.
Okay.
I could go from last to first if you'd like.
That's fine.
First to last is good. Okay. Stump, you're not helping out at all. So, started in the Bay Area back in the 80s, got trained to actually be a wrestler, believe it or not, because we all had to learn being a wrestler to be a referee. My very first job was, and don't laugh at this, nobody laugh at this one, I'm going to be angry if you laugh. I was what today they would call it a ring girl. I was a ring guy. When the wrestlers got in the ring and they threw their jackets somewhere, I would pick it up and, excuse us. Oh, pardon me. We'll wait for Stump to finish coughing. You all done? Okay, thank you. I was the ring guy, so when they throw their expensive gowns and jackets off, I would go take it back to the locker room. One day, a referee didn't show up, and they said, you're going to referee. I had no idea what I was doing. Somehow I got through it. And that was my first experience back, and it was 80-something. I don't know when the hell it was, a long time ago. And then did some other refereeing down there for a few years. Mrs. Lipschitz and I decided to move to Oregon because we wanted to get away from California. California's not, it's a nice place. I love the beaches, the beautiful women, but of course being married to Mrs. Lipschitz, hanging with other beach babes, not a good idea at all.
No.
You understand, because you've had a lot of women in your life.
Right.
We were talking about that off camera.
Yes.
The man is a chick magnet. I'm not kidding you. It's just amazing. Are you a chick magnet, Stump? Is there a Mrs. Stump? Okay. We're working with him. He's new at this. He's doing the best he can. Anyway, moved up to Oregon. Didn't even know there was professional wrestling in Oregon. I had no idea. And one day I was online on the internet. Do you know what the internet is?
Yeah.
Oh, just checking to make sure. And I was chatting with a wrestler from the Eugene area and told him, hey, I used to referee out of Boom, all this stuff. And that's how I started in Oregon. Worked for a couple of wrestling companies for about 3 or 4 years up here. And then we decided to start the West Coast Wrestling Connection. Stump wasn't here yet. He was just a child.
Yeah.
And that was in 2005. Did that, and of course we're 9.5 years old now, because if you could do the math, you know that 2005 plus 9.5 is 2014. Yeah. Very good. There is hope for you. And I like your show, by the way. This is fun being able to talk about me. I really enjoy this.
But I like to have more rascals come in and do a show with me too. But I think this would just work for you too. It would pay off big time for more people would come see you in person doing my show and a different guest on there with me.
Okay, and so I'm not good enough?
No.
Stump and I aren't?
No, I didn't say that. I said,
you stop. Look at his face. You've upset him. Now look at that poor face. Look what you've done.
Well, he's going to be on my show anyway.
He's on your show right now.
Well, he's doing the best he can.
Ooh. Whoa, I believe. Now, not to be rude because I really like you, but when I was in school and I was bad, you know what the teacher would do? Lower the glasses and say, don't ever say that again. You've hurt his feelings.
Sorry.
Have you ever seen Stump cry?
No.
You don't want to. Have you ever seen Stump naked?
No.
I'd rather see him cry. Okay. Next question.
The question is, what do you want to do now? Are you going to grow your business more, or are you going to expand it nationwide?
We're going to do everything. As all joking aside, I do have an occasional serious moment. They're few and far between, but I have them occasionally. As you know, we started the new TV show. It just aired recently on the Portland television station. And that's going to be a weekly show. So we've come from our little local shows that we started at the Elks Lodge years ago. I think you went to the Elks Lodge shows. We went to Shamawa Indian School. We've been to a couple other places. We now have a regional television show that is what they call a must-carry on cable and satellite, so anybody can watch. We'd love to expand to have a regional show, and who knows? I'm one of those kind of people that don't stop me while I'm on a roll, and I think we're going to do okay. It's hard. It all takes money. You were going to write me that check for $5,000, weren't you? You told me to help us start the new show. 4,500. 2,500.
It depends. That this show will go out more.
Will you buy me a Big Mac? That's my last and final offer.
When I go on the show, when I go in your show, and I will do that.
Do we have Big Macs at the show? No. Okay. Well,
I will bring you one.
Okay, that's a deal. But I still want the $4,500 you promised me, because you said you'd write that big check, be our first official sponsor. The David Beam Show. What's the show called again?
Meet all the wrestlers.
It's called WrestleTalk with David Beam, I believe.
David Beam
presents
my show. David
That's
Beam.
close enough. I forgot where I was going to go with this one.
Oh,
Morty's losing his mind.
1
second, I need another. I'm sorry, but I'm very dry throat here. You don't? Would you like some?
No, I want to apologize to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a first.
I'm sorry what I said. I apologize. In public.
What did you say? Did I miss it?
No, what I said to him, he's part of this show too.
He's a star. Look at him. Look at the beauty in that face.
But I think this is what could work.
You know, that we have two beauties, and the beauty, never mind.
I think this show would, more people would come and see the different people on my show, and the more people would come to see your program.
So now the show's really about you, not about stumping me.
No. I'm talking about you.
Well, you should be talking about me. I'm Morty Lipschitz.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
You're my guest. Could be better for you and me and him, because more people would come to see the show.
Are they going to come to
and on sponsor you?
Okay. Well, obviously, this show is airing after we've had a couple special guests. You know that we had Jake the Snake Roberts recently at one of our shows.
Yes.
And we've had former WWE star Gangrel.
Yes.
Matt Stryker.
Yes.
We have Stump. You take what you get sometimes. So we're building a nice roster of wrestlers that come visit us. Do you have a favorite wrestler on our show that you like? Why am I asking the questions? This is his show, for God's sakes. It's his show. Why am I asking?
My idea is have the ones that got the title belts on my show. The ones that used to have the title shots, have them with my show.
Now, wait a minute. I asked a question. You forgot to answer my question. Who are some of your favorite wrestlers at our show?
The bad ones.
So you like me then?
Yes.
I'm not totally bad. I'm just
No,
confused.
I like you like a good friend, like a father to me, to tell me like
Whoa. A father to you?
Well,
you're obviously over 25.
Well, I know that. I'm talking about my dad passed away. I don't have anybody there for me, like a father.
Now I feel bad for what I just said. This is awful.
But no, that feels fine with me. But
Okay.
I can work with that.
Could I be your older brother instead of your dad?
Yes, you can.
Because then we can fight.
And
See, if I'm your dad, I got to punish you. If I'm
Well-
your older brother, I can run away in case you get mean.
Well, there's thing you can. What I do saying is wrong in here. You can tell me.
Why do I have to tell you?
Oh, 'cause you're on my show. I'm not going to lie to the people out there.
You know, there's hope. I'm confused a bit, which is not unusual, but let me get back to my question, if I may. Some of the bad guys, why do you like the bad guys?
Because they've got honest. They can tell you what's out there, where the money is, where the big stars can come in, who've been there.
Pardon me while I scratch something in the air. Which of our Stump? Which of our bad guys do you like that Jonas Albert Robinson guy?
He talks to me once in a while.
Do you talk back to him? Because you can if you want.
I talk to all of them. They all come to me and they talk to me.
Who's the most famous wrestler you've ever talked to?
A favorite one in the Northwest
Anywhere in the world.
was Tony Bourne.
May he rest in peace. Tony's a wonderful guy.
And I worked with Gorgeous George.
You're not that old.
No.
Gorgeous George?
He was wrestling. Gorgeous George was. Beefcake, remember him?
Brutus Beefcake? Remember him.
Matt Bourne.
Matt Bourne, who was Tony's son. Matt
Yeah.
Bourne worked for me back in 2005. So Matt, may he also rest in peace, a great guy.
Yeah, and I met Roddy Piper.
Roddy's okay, but he's foreign. He's Irish. You can't trust foreigners.
But he had a good show, but some people didn't like what he did on that program. He had.
Okay.
Because he didn't have the good guest like you got on there.
Well, I have you right now as my guest on your show.
Well, I know that. I mean, like in Portland. I'm talking about that.
Oh, okay. I was confused again for a moment.
You know, like Sandy Barr had. Remember, he had all different wrestlers
Right.
coming
I
in.
actually refereed for Sandy Barr for about 2 years before he passed away.
Yeah.
He was a great guy. I had a lot of fun with Sandy. Sometimes Sandy could be mean. You didn't want to anger Sandy in public because, or at a show, or do something that he didn't like, because he had the hardest punch to your stomach you could ever imagine. If you made him angry, oh boy. But that's a whole nother. How about Billy Two Eagles? You ever meet Billy?
Yeah, yes, I have. Young Bloods, I met them.
Okay.
Kurt Mustagger, met them.
Okay.
Buddy Rose, met him.
Also gone, but not forgotten. Why is everybody dying on us?
Well, because they didn't do any sports or anything. They just stayed home when they got done wrestling. Stayed home and they didn't do much.
Well, we know that Buddy liked to eat. I met Buddy a few times before he passed, and he was a super guy. But boy, the man could put down a chicken.
Yeah.
Some people would have a chicken sandwich. Buddy ate the whole chicken, feathers, wings, everything. He didn't care.
But this is his family show, and I like to have. I'm
well, we're
serious.
telling the truth. That's not a bad thing to say. Buddy liked to eat.
Well, I know that.
I like to eat. Look at Stump. He's eating pretty good.
I like to eat too, but
You're pretty well preserved for someone over 35. You don't eat that much.
I like to walk.
We've gone from eating to walking. This is just amazing. You can flow so well, David. This is your show, right?
Yeah, and I
Just
get along
making
with
sure.
everybody in the Northwest.
You get along with Stump? Stump doesn't know what's going on. He'll pick up on that. By the way, could you get a little more comfortable chairs next time?
Yes, I will.
These are not what I was
Well,
expecting.
you can get next time we have a couch.
Not you and me. We don't have a couch.
No, you can have a couch.
And you get the chair.
That's right.
I can live with that. Where does Stump go? I don't go anywhere without Stump.
He's go with you.
Want to share a couch?
He's be the.
One thing I love about Stump, he is so concise in his words and what he says. And anytime I ask Stump a question or ask him for help, he's right there for me.
I can trust him.
You need somebody like Stump. Only a blonde with long legs and looks good in a skirt. So you'd asked about. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'd like to see.
It is your show. I shouldn't interrupt.
No, I'd like to see how midget wrestling on your program, women wrestlers on this show with you,
Okay.
and him.
Him who? Him?
Yes.
Okay.
With
You want him to wrestle?
No, I want him to be with us on the program.
Well, he's here with us on the program with us right now. I'm really getting confused, David.
What I want.
Excuse me. I'm an attorney. I make $722 an hour, and I'm confused. Are you confusing me on purpose here? I mean, where have I gone wrong?
No, you didn't wrong. I'd like to have my show really good and get Christians out there where you want to do in professional wrestling. What do you want to do later on? I want family to come to the show. I want people to know what's out there on weekends for a wrestling show.
Okay.
They would come in and have a good time with the little kids.
Okay. Well, you've been to a lot of our shows. What do you think of our shows?
I like them all.
Everyone? Do we put him on payroll now, Stump? You can nod or shake. You can go either way with this. No payroll. He says you're not quite ready to be on our show yet to make money.
I don't want that. I want to be there and watch.
And support us?
Yeah.
And bring your family and friends?
Yeah.
I can live with that.
And I like to, some people don't know where the wrestling place is. And I like to have you say it out.
Can I say that it's okay to say it? It's not a
Yes.
commercial because it's at a
No.
school.
Right.
Here in Salem, we are at Houck Middle School. I know the address, 1155 Connecticut Avenue, South. Salem, Oregon, don't know the zip code. The shows run the first Sunday of each month at 5 o'clock. That's right, 5 o'clock. And there is an occasional exception around Super Bowl or the big wrestling event that the big wrestling company has, which falls on our day, so we move it. But I believe in 2015, we only have one Saturday show. The rest are all on Sundays. And it's the first Sunday of the month. Admission is very reasonable. It's a family-friendly show, especially with David there. David's a nice family. I could learn to adopt you, but I'm not going to pay to adopt you.
No, I'd like to be there, talk to the wrestlers, get more people to come.
Okay. Who would you like on your show? You mentioned you wanted Cosmo. Anybody else you'd like to have on the show?
The ones that
That's this show right here. This is David
ones
Beam's
that
show.
lost their belts.
Well, if they lost the belt, they should find
That
it.
one guy.
The one guy.
They had the belt the first time.
The guy that had the belt, Darren Corbin?
I like him.
Well, what's not to like? He has red hair.
I like all the.
He's from the Dude Ranch. You got to love a guy from the Dude Ranch.
Yeah, I like them all.
Dude Ranch. No, Dude Ranch. Stupid camera guy in the back. Can't even follow me. Good Lord. What kind of directors do you have out here, David? I'm pointing to my camera, then he changes, then he goes back over there. I don't know what we're doing.
But I
And
think
this chair is not comfortable. I've already told you that. All right.
next time you be on, you're going to have a better chair.
I get to come again?
Yes.
What are we going to talk about that time?
We're going to talk about what you want to do later on in the future.
Didn't I just say that earlier in the
No,
show?
I'm talking about this fall term.
You know something? You're too smart for me. I figured that out. Are you an attorney deep down inside?
No, I'm not.
Are you a medical doctor?
No,
Okay, this is about you, an insurance guy.
no,
Real estate.
no.
What do you do for a living?
My brother owns overhead door company.
Really?
He owns.
And what do they do to overhead door? Make
Put
door. I bet they make
broad
overhead
doors.
doors. I should have guessed that. That's why I'm
I
Morty
do all.
Lipschitz.
I do all the sales,
Do you?
and people been calling in
Calling in and?
put doors out there for them.
Okay,
families.
I got you now. Anyway, so you'd asked earlier what we want to do like down the future a little bit from now. I kind of touched on it because we're looking at, again, expanding into some regional shows, hopefully, and maybe beyond that. I'd love to be able to take our wrestlers overseas to Europe and do shows over there. Wouldn't that be kind of cool, Stump? You want to go to France, Germany, the Netherlands, Italy? We're going to send you to Siberia, I think. Would be a
I
better
think it
place
would.
for you.
I think it would happen.
I think it's going to happen too. We have Stump in charge. Stump
And I would do this show.
Wait a second. I was going to say something important. Don't interrupt me. I'm Morty
Sorry.
Lipschitz. Stump is our director of foreign affairs.
Okay.
Foreign affairs. You know what that means?
Different countries.
You can get another woman any country you want with Stump. He'll find you one. Don't worry about your girlfriend at home. We'll get you somebody you're going to love. A nice, foreign, attractive, hot Italian babe would be cool, wouldn't it?
For me, yeah.
Do you like Italians?
Yeah.
Italian women? There's one problem with Italian women. They don't shave their armpits.
Whatever.
You can live with that?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Anyhow, we're going to hopefully expand into some overseas markets as well and get some wrestling shows over there and bring some of the wrestlers overseas. Pardon me, Stump, I need one more sip of water. I'm sorry, David, but this talking is grueling on someone of my stature. Would you like a sip first? Second? No, I don't go there. Thank you, Stump. It's a pleasure to have Stump here with us.
I'm but thinking about some people from Canada come in on your.
Well, we have some already. We have that horrible TKO Cody Smith. I used to like him, but something happened with him. We have this Travis Sionis, and then we just recently had another Canadian, Nick Price, showed up for one of our shows.
You don't like me.
Nick Price doesn't like you? Do you know Nick?
I said hi to him once, and he.
Well, no, he hasn't been here yet. Let me rephrase it. He's been here, but for obviously this is a television show. It's being taped after an event. I mean, before an event. Why am I getting confused now? So you haven't met Nick yet, but you won't like him.
Some of them I do like. Some of them don't like me too well because I'm too busy talking to the wrestlers out there and try to get them on my show. But some of them don't want to be on my show because they don't think they will work. That's the problem.
You confuse them. You're confusing me.
No,
And
no.
I'm an intelligent attorney, David.
No,
It's David, right?
right.
David Beam.
Right.
What's your show called again? Now, I forgot the name of the show. It's, Stump, you want to help out?
No.
Oh, it doesn't matter. But, WrestleTalk with...
WrestleTalk.
WrestleTalk, it's on the screen. Why didn't I think about that?
I'm asking everybody, come and watch my show, and Jeff, promoter, WC, promoter,
Who's that?
you,
No, I'm Morty.
Morty.
That's my distant cousin, Jeff. He's the promoter.
Right,
We just look alike.
right,
Same father, different mother.
right.
Okay, we got that cleared.
But
And by the way, Stump is not my youngest son. I want to clarify that too. We only got a couple minutes left, David. You better
but
ask me some more
think,
questions.
all right, I think we could do this more often. I think more people will come and watch my show and watch what's going on for wrestling. I think they would come, and you'll see.
Well, hopefully they will. You know, I'm, of course, Morty, and I'm a little different, but I hope I'm not scaring your fans away.
No, you're not.
I'm not doing my job then.
No, a lot of them don't know where it is. They don't know how to get there on Sunday. Some of them don't know how to get there because the buses don't run.
Can't you do something about that? I mean, you've run for office before. I know that, and you should have won. We could have had buses on Sundays.
I know,
Then
but
people like Stump could get to. You get to the show already, don't you? People will get to the show, and I appreciate the fact that you've had both of us on today. It's very nice, and I do appreciate it. I know I've been having a little fun with you and your 37 ex-girlfriends, but 38. You just threw another one out of the house, you told me, right?
Yeah, about a
No.
week ago.
Doesn't like wrestling.
They don't like wrestling, period.
I wouldn't have a girlfriend. Well, I shouldn't have a girlfriend because I have a wife. But I wouldn't want to have a girl that didn't like wrestling be my
I
girlfriend.
paid for her to get her in and watch the whole thing, and out of my own pocket.
She didn't like it?
She didn't like it.
How
and
could you
left.
not like it? Stump, how could you?
She didn't like
Sad.
it, so then I said bye.
Well, I know this is your show, but I have a hunch. I see a director waving me that we've only got about a minute to go, so I don't know what it is. And it's rude of the director to wave. I see that. There's a clock on the wall. I understand television. I'm a star. And you can ask me one quick last question.
The quick question is, I'd like to have you back again.
That's a statement, not a question. A question would be, do you like Morty Lipschitz? That's a question.
The question is, yes, I do.
No, that's the answer to the question.
And the question is, yes.
Oh, Lord, I need to take up drinking. Anyhow, I want to thank you very much for having me and my pal Stumpy on the show here. Stumpy
is the good person. You got to give him a
not
chance.
really, but if you want to believe that, you can.
I can trust him.
Okay. What do you want to wrap up the show because I think we're getting
My
that
name
signal.
is David Beam. This is my talk show for the Wrestling Show. And I'd like to have everybody pinch in and watch this program. And give Marty and all of the guests be here.
Thanks, everybody. Stump, say goodnight. Good night, Stump.
Bye.